My name is Jonerik Murphy. I'm the creator of JEMFAST. JEMFAST is a training-based program for children, whether they want to play sports or if they just want to be active. Under that umbrella, I have two programs. JEMKIDS, which is a general movement program for children from ages 5 up who are looking just to be more active, more coordinated, and more well-rounded. The JEM Sports program is for those that are looking to be a better athlete on the field or on the court. The reason I got involved with working with children goes back to my youth. I was a very good athlete through my whole life. I wound up playing collegiate baseball. And when I was about 9 years old, one of my friends who was on my team had the father who was overbearing, to the point that he would criticize him during a game from the bleachers. And it's something that resonated with me. In one game in particular, my friend came back after making it out at the plate, and when he got back into the dugout, he was so upset because his father was yelling at him from the stands in front of everybody that he, not violently, but started banging his head against the dugout. And while my friend was a good athlete and a good baseball player, it wasn't something he probably would have done. As a matter of fact, when we went to high school, he wasn't even on the baseball team with us. And sports are important for a number of reasons. They teach kids how to socialize, and also their life lessons. But most importantly, they're supposed to be fun. And it isn't fun if your parent is the one berating you and overwhelming you with negativity. And also, it will take a lot of children out of activity altogether because they won't feel like they'll ever be able to perform at a level that their parents or their guardian will find successful. So that story happened to me nearly 40 years ago, and I've seen it in different cases where once I was working with a soccer team and this little 9-year-old girl during one of the practices who tried her heart out and was one of the best players on the team. And in one instance, they were doing a drill where she took a ball from the coach and was going to shoot on goal and completely missed the goal. And the father stood up in the stands and started yelling at her. And this girl tried her heart out and was one of the better players. And you saw how upset she was. Sports are supposed to be fun. If you take that out of it, you're taking joy out of childhood and joy out of activity. And I want children to be able to have a safe place to have fun and learn how to move and just play with others without worrying about how they performed. The barometer for success for my programs is laughter. The more children laugh, it means they're having fun. They're enjoying themselves. They will be engaged. They will invest in their own fitness, their own physical well-being. If a child is happy, they're more likely to be participating in something that will make them better and continue that habit for a lifetime, rather than say, oh, I was forced to do this. The more they enjoy it, the more they will participate. And we let them create their own games, their own obstacle courses, so that they may be part of the process and not just told what to do. I created JEMKIDS to add more activity, more fun, and more movement to the lives of kids today. Oftentimes children are sedentary, and with today's environment where schools are less active and some kids are too intimidated to play sports in an organized fashion, they still need to move. They need to play, they need to have fun. So my program is more of a movement-based program. The games that are involved are not about competition, but more learning how to play, how to interact, how to cooperate with others, and even socialize. They are also meant to supplement the lack of activity that kids get in school. When children go through a growth spurt where their nervous system is developing and learning new activities, if they sit through long periods of time during those phases, it will alter how their movement patterns and their ability to move well. So you'll see awkwardness, you'll see lack of coordination, and this can be a long-term effect, a lasting effect. So I want the kids to move in a way where they'll have tasks, but it might be in the form of an obstacle course or a game. Instead of winning, their goal is to perform as well as they can and have fun. GEM Sports is a higher level training program. It's more specific to making kids better athletes. It will target their lower body. Are they balanced? Do they move well? How is their posture? If their posture is off, it will affect their breathing. They won't perform as well on the field or the court. Also, we're going to work on their strength. We're going to make them stronger. We're going to make them faster. We're going to work on their core, which is a big determining factor in how successful an athlete can be on the field or the court. So what we do is it's a little bit more competitive in terms of we're going to push them a little more so that they get more and develop more as an athlete rather than just being good at moving. We want them to feel that they'll be a better player in whatever sport they are engaged in, while also helping them get strong. Currently, I work with about 15 or so youth athletes that play football, basketball, baseball, and soccer. Over the summer before their training camp started, I also had 3 NFL players. One plays for the Tampa Bay Bucks, another one for the New York Giants, and another one for the Atlanta Falcons. Whether they're professional athletes or youth athletes, the training isn't much different. It's just a matter of what their goals are and what level of strength they need for their different sports or the movement capabilities. As someone who's spent their entire life around sports from a family of what would be deemed jocks, sports has always been in my blood. When I got done college, I was no longer playing, and then I wound up coaching high school for about 15 years. There's still a competitive side of me, and working with athletes gives me or fills a need or a hole that was created once I stopped playing competitively. And being able to help athletes from young to professional, it's a lot of fun. It gets your juices flowing, and I get to do things that keep me connected to what I once did and what I once played. Right now what I do is work outside. We have a facility in Miami Shores or anywhere else where I need to go to somebody's house in a way that's safe for the current environment. In smaller groups, we'll separate the athletes or kids so that they're far enough apart and it meets the criteria of what is expected today. There's also the capability of working remotely over internet, whether it's Zoom or another, or FaceTime. Coaching is coaching. As long as I can see who I'm working with, then I'm able to do it. And as far as what we do on the field, we set it up in a manner that whether it's stations or groupings, we'll put in a way that is what the guidelines say today. We'll have 2 programs opening up over the next few weeks. Coinciding with the beginning of the school year, we will have a football program, football skills training program being offered in Miami Shores. And then also there are general fitness programs that will also start around the 24th of this month of August. One of the biggest things about my business is that it's the passion. Even more importantly, I take it very seriously, and it's a privilege to be able to work with children. I recognize the responsibility I'm given by parents to work with their kids. It's a time where children need to be guided and given some direction without being overwhelmed. It should be respected without yelling, without coming down on them in a way that makes them feel less. Children are children. They're not adults, and they shouldn't be treated like adults. So one of the biggest things is talking to them on their level and recognizing that each is different. One child shouldn't be coached the same as another because everybody has a different style of learning, and also how they receive information or criticism. I take that in matters as a coach and as a parent that I respect what I've been given. It's a privilege to work with children, so I want to make sure that they feel good about what they're doing. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. It was a privilege to get to introduce you to JEMKIDS and JEM Sports and what we do. You can find my profile on Project Caring. Have a wonderful day and a great week.